I'd like to share with you a word on ParshasKedoshim. The pasuk says, "Kedoshim tiyu, ki kadosh ani Hashem Elokecha." The medrash brings down, "Kedoshim tiyu, you should be kadosh." What is the pasuk going on and telling us? Ki kadosh ani Hashem Elokecha. Says the medrash, "Yochel kamoini." You would think there's a mitzvah of every Yid should be a kadosh, to you should be kadosh. How kadosh? You would think Yochel Kamoini, like me, like Ani, like Hashem. Says the pasuk, Ki kadosh Ani Hashem Elokecha, Kedushasi lemala mikedushaschem. I am Hashem. My kedusha is different. Is much higher than your kedusha. Chaim Shmulevitz always used to say over that for the medrash that says that a Yid would say Yochel Kamoini, I should be so kadosh like Hashem. We see the she'ifa of a Yid has a havamina that he could be kadosh like Hashem. We see the strive, the growth, the goals of a Yid. The Yid could have such a havamina that he wants to be kadosh like a Kadosh Baruch Hu, and you need the pasuk to tell you, no, stop. Ani Hashem Elokecha, kedushasi lemala mikedushaschem. But this medrash, many mefarshim speak about it to try to explain what does that mean. We're going to be kadosh. One would think he wants to be kadosh like a Kadosh Baruch Hu. I'd like to share with you two explanations. One that I heard, and one that I saw from Shimon Shkop in his Akdama to Sefer Shari Yosher. First shot I once heard is that we know HaKadosh Baruch Hu says, I am Hashem, the Shoichen Itom Mesoich Tumasam. I live with you, I live with Klal Yisrael, even amongst Tumah. So, the pasuk is saying, the medrash is saying, Yochel Kamoini. A person would think that he could be so kadosh like a Kadosh Baruch Hu. B'soich tumasam. Like Hashem is holy, Hashoichen itam b'soich tumasam. I could be a kadosh, even though I'm living with tumah. I could control myself. Says the pasuk, no, ani Hashem Elokecha, kedushasi lemala mikedushaschem. My kedusha is much higher. I could retain the levels of Kedusha even though I'm amongst Tumah. But a Yid, if he wants to be a Kadosh, he cannot dwell amongst Tumah. The second explanation I'd like to share with you is a beautiful explanation from Shimon Shkop, as I mentioned in his Akdama to the Sefer Shari Yosher. He says like this. He says, we know HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the essence of HaKadosh Baruch Hu is to be Toiv U'Meitiv. Everything HaKadosh Baruch Hu created this world to be good and give good and totally be good to the entire world. As we say every day in Shemona Esrei, HaToiv Shimcha L'chol Noel Lohidos. A Toiv Shimcha, your name is Toiv. HaKadosh Baruch Hu's name, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's essence, HaKadosh Baruch Hu's label, his name is good. And we know a Yid is created b'Tselem Elokim, in the form of HaKadosh Baruch Hu, to pattern ourselves after Hashem, as the mitzvah says, Alachto b'drachav. The mitzvah is to be like HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Just like HaKadosh Baruch Hu, the Toiv U'Meitiv, constantly giving and be meitiv, and helping others, so too we have to go and be like a Kadosh Baruch Hu, to be Toiv U'Meitiv, to give and be good to the others. So the pasuk says the Shimon Shkop, this is a mitzvah of Kedoshim Tiyu. The Ramban explains, what does it mean Kedoshim Tiyu, be holy? Says the Ramban, Perushim Tiyu, stay away, don't indulge into taivois of Olam Hazeh. Extra indulgence shows that you're not involved in giving to others, you're involved in yourself. Of course, a person has to eat, to drink, has to take care of himself. But there's a certain amount that he's taking care of himself in order that he can be a good person, in order to be Oved Hashem, in order to help others and give to others. But then there's a level of enjoyment, is enjoyment in order to enjoy. Not enjoyment in order to be better and be good and be able to function and to be a meitiv, a taiva meitiv. It's a level of enjoyment that just to enjoy, just indulge in the taiva, totally in the enjoyment. That is the mitzvah of Kedoshim who says no. A person should not indulge in that level of enjoyment where it's totally for himself. So if that's the mitzvah of Kedoshim Tiyu, that we should focus, our focus should be totally to be meitiv, to do for others and to live for others and not to live for our own enjoyment, not to live for our own pleasure. Says the medrash beautifully, Yochel Kamoini. You would think I should be totally like a Kadosh Baruch Hu. A Kadosh Baruch Hu is a toivu meitiv, totally selflessness to other people, and we should not be involved in our physical enjoyment whatsoever. Like a Kadosh Baruch Hu is totally selflessness, only for others and nothing for himself. Says the pasuk, Kedushasi l'mala mekdushaschem. My kedusha is different. I could be a total giver, a total meitiv, and nothing for myself. But you, I created you, even though the goal of a yid is to give and to be meitiv for others, but I also created you with a taivas atzmoy, avas atzmoy. A person loves himself. Chazal say, "Voice azim mekav shaloi." A person wants his own work, his own effort, what he makes. He loves himself. We have a mitzvah chayecha kodim. The person is worried about his chayim before the other person's chayim. To ask of Shemeshkov, so how do we put these two things together? If there's a mitzvah to live for others, to be good to others, on the other hand, HaKadosh Baruch Hu gave us a natural tendency to love ourselves and to and want ourselves. How do we put these two ideas together? Says the Rishim Shkop. Of course, a person should love himself. A person should love himself. Who? But the question is, who is included in himself? Who is included in the ani, in the I? Who's I? A person can make his I bigger. His I can include his wife, can include his family. Of course, you love for yourself, and you do for yourself, but it could, the himself is bigger, includes himself, his family, and eventually all of Klal Yisrael. It's all considered an I. So says the Rishon Shkop that HaKadosh Baruch Hu developed in us a natural tendency to love ourselves is not a contradiction to the mitzvah of Kedoshim Tiyu, which was explained that the mitzvah is not to be indulged in your own personal pleasures, to only have anah as much as you need in order to give others. It's not a contradiction. Love yourself, and the loving yourself will help you be mekayim the mitzvah of Kedoshim Tiyu, to do for others. Why? Because you'll make the others yourself, and other people will be yourself, and you're using the taiva, the teva of avas atzmoy, loving yourself. You'll be automatically be meitiv with other people, with other yidden, eventually with everyone. As we have a klal, the haftarecha kamoicha, the Klal Yisrael is all one big guf, one big neshama. And when we understand this, we understand the mitzvah of Kedoshim Tiyu, the mitzvah of Malachta B'drachav, which will bring us to higher levels of Ava, of Haftarecha Kamoicha, higher levels of closeness to HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Thank you and have a good Shabbos.